Okay, so the reality of taking a break whilst running your own business, and especially in the stage that I'm at right now with my business, we're still early on. I mean, we're 5, 6 months into the agency, and realistically, we're only working with a handful of clients. So it's not exactly a big corporation that I can speak on when you take a holiday. But to be honest, I can compare it to when I used to work for my dad's trade business, and we ran a company. I guess I worked on the side of the managing director and helped him run the company day to day, even though my role was to be an admin. But unfortunately, people like to take advantage of others, and I got taken advantage of because I know my shit and I'm good at what I do, and I put in honestly 110% into anything that I do. And he noticed that, so he used that, and I was happy to go ahead with that because I was gaining a shit ton of experience. But it wasn't my business; they didn't want to give me equity. I decided to start my own marketing agency, and I haven't looked back since. And it's been the best decision I've ever made. My life has completely changed in literally the space of 5 months. I put my head down, I focused on shit, and I did what matters the most. And the one thing that I would tell anybody to look into is The Power List by Andy Frisella. I can't stop talking about it because that has literally changed my entire life, because I've always moped about and thought, oh, I'm not doing enough or this and that. And actually, on a day-to-day basis, if you can do 5 critical tasks every single day that move your business forward, you are ahead of majority of the people that are doing shit. So yeah. Anyway, back to the video. Reality of taking a break whilst running your own business. So obviously, as I said, we work with a handful of clients in the home improvement sector within the UK. And before I even start, I've got a link tree in the bio. If you're interested in what have I got in there? I've got a newsletter. I've got a private community that I'm gathering emails and names for, and reasons as to why you'd actually want to join a private community. And I've also got one-to-one consulting calls within there. I've literally just put this in. I want to find out whether people are actually interested in hopping on a call with myself. As somebody that's running an agency, I think if I found someone that I relate to early on in my state, in my sort of career or my agency thing, and I could spend 20 quid to jump on a phone call with them, I would have not hesitated at all, and I would have paid that money to be able to have a one-on-one conversation with someone that's making thousands of pounds each day or each month from an agency model. I would have not hesitated. Unfortunately, I didn't have that opportunity, but I thought this might be a cool thing to offer to anyone that watches these videos. A lot of you guys DM me, and I always try and help out as much as possible, but this is something that is slightly different to that. So yeah, if you're interested, it's in the bio. I'm not trying to sell you shit. I'm running an agency. I'm documenting it all. Anyway, I did fuck all outreach, and one of the things I'm jumping straight in, but one of the things that I focus on every single day is doing outreach, and you cannot miss a day. And I actually just missed about 10 days of outreach, so I am very, very, very far behind in regards to outreach. I didn't do anything in regards to the 7-day period I was away, and I still haven't done any on Friday, the day I was back, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So that's like 11 or so, 12 or so days of no outreach, which is a nightmare, because one of the clients that I'm almost in the I got a yes on the demo, and I'm just waiting for them to get back to me to book them in onto an onboarding call. If you want to find out a little bit more about what I'm on about right now, if you go onto my video titled "I've Made a Huge Mistake," which is my last video, you'll be able to see what I'm on about. I'm not going to talk about it now, but yeah, that client has come from cold DMs and cold DMs, cold emails, and that's what I'm doing. So 50 or at least 50 cold emails, personalized emails every single day to people within my niche is something that it's a non-negotiable within my business. It's one of my critical tasks, as I've just mentioned, and I've missed about 12 or so days of this. So yeah, that's one of the things that is a reality of taking a break whilst you go away, right? I didn't have a spare hour and a half, 2 hours every single morning to sort of email people and find people and email them and so on. Yeah, I didn't chase up any of my leads very well. I usually ring them, I usually email them, I usually message them multiple times throughout the week. And to be honest, I think I messaged people once, and Luckily enough, one of them got back to me, booked in a call for Friday, which I'll go over in a minute. But yeah, basically we scheduled the call on Friday for Friday to onboard a client that we were in conversation with for about 3 or so weeks. We jumped on, went over the final figures, and I said, "Listen, let's get onboarded." He obviously wanted to go ahead. I didn't just say that. He wanted to go ahead. I said, "Let's onboard on Monday, which is today." Unfortunately, we weren't able to actually onboard him because he rescheduled for tomorrow, so we'll be doing that instead. We've got a call with him scheduled. He's just going through some health issues at the moment, which is unfortunate, and I wish him all the best. But we will be signing him as a client hopefully tomorrow. But we onboarded a different client today, so that's okay. Now, I also ruined the momentum, and I felt super guilty throughout majority of my holiday for taking a break, for ruining the momentum in terms of the outreach, in terms of the paid ads. I had to stop my paid ads, obviously, because I couldn't take any calls, or I didn't have anyone to take intro calls for me, or book any demos in, etc., which is a shame, honestly, because it's a week out of a business. In the long scheme of things, it's, you got 52 weeks in the year, 51 weeks, you're taking calls, it's not going to be an issue. But for now, it ruined my momentum, which I always bang on about in these videos. It's something super, super important, especially as somebody that's starting out, building that momentum. It takes a long time and it takes a lot of discipline, and ruining that by going away is something that I've done, and I felt guilty about it, in all honesty. Now, on the flip side of this, it was the best time of my life. I spent some really good quality time with my girlfriend. We went to another country together. We visited a lot of different restaurants and cities and so on, right? And it was a very, very good time. I relaxed. I took a break from social media, almost like a detox, if you want to call it that. Call it whatever. I read a lot of books. I read Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley and Ego is the Enemy by, I can't remember now. Ego is the Enemy. It's a popular book. Have a look at it. It's a good book. The two books I read, I've taken a load of notes. I've implemented some of the things already from the Oversubscribed book by Daniel Priestley, which is going to be fantastic. So you can weigh it up, sort of thing. I took this time off and momentum was ruined, but I learned a shit ton of new things that I'm going to implement into my business, which are going to make it better, hopefully in the long run and in the long stretch of it all. I also caught a nice tan, which is something you don't really get in England, unfortunately, which honestly, it's something that is on my mind recently, in regards to making more money and, sort of bettering your financial position. You start realizing that England really isn't, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say it, but it's just not the best place to be in regards to for your mental health. And everybody's sort of, I don't know whether people are stuck up or what. Probably not. I think it's just the weather is the main factor for me. I feel 100 times better, if not 1,000 times better, when the sun is shining, when I can wake up, sit outside, have a coffee in the sun. I can go for a walk or go for a run. I mean, I want to get into running. I don't run. I'm not going to pretend here. But it'd be nice to go for a nice morning run. Maybe dip in the pool or something, and then just get going with your day. You don't really get that. I mean, I've been back for about 4 or so days, and it's been a struggle even going outside for a walk to get my steps in, because the weather is horrendous right now. It's June 10th, and we're getting 12, 13 degrees here, so I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's not nice. I ate a lot of food. Seafood is honestly my favourite food, so getting fresh seafood in the restaurants by the seaside, it's like the best thing that you can do. So we were doing a lot of that, and honestly, I just thoroughly enjoyed myself. I completely reset, and I'm now ready to close off another quarter of the year and move over to the third quarter, and then obviously the Q4 is going to be the busiest time, hopefully, in terms of my industry and getting more clients in, which I'm happy about. If we're doing well now and we're getting a lot of inquiries in now, when it's the busy months, even though the industry has slightly slowed down in regards to what people are saying. I mean, our clients are getting loads and loads of inquiries, but the industry has slowed down, which is not good. But yeah, I mean, typically slows down in December or Q4 in the winter months. So it'll be nice to see how the growth goes over that period of time. And that's pretty much it.